Hello, everybody. If you're watching this, you're looking at the tutorial for my AI Stream Companion system. This is a quick, let's get started type deal. And so we're going to start off with when you download it, you will have a zip file. You will want to extract the zip file, and you'll get this AI Stream Companion Suite version 2. Did a couple editing, little updates, and you will have these in here. This is what you should see, what you should have. A little reply.wave, a little listener setup, nothing too terribly hard. I would recommend having your AI companion suite and the Twitch listener put onto a secondary computer unless you're using a small Ollama model locally. The next thing you will want to do is make sure you have Ollama installed. Before we even get into this, you want to go to ollama.com, which I will have right here. Apologize for second monitor. Uh, Very easy. You just go to the download. You'll get a little download for Windows, assuming you're on Windows. If you're on Linux or Mac and you're trying to make the exe work, I do not envy you. But you'd go to Windows, and you just download for Windows and install. I already have this installed on my secondary computer, but everyone's a little bit different. So the first thing you will want to do, run the Stream Companion Suite. This will be the first thing you do. I am opening this up on a secondary computer. Let me move this over here on the monitor so you can see. This is my RDP system, a remote desktop protocol. And you will want to go to the configuration, start up here. You're going to browse, point this to your Whisper file. I've already have this done on my end, but it should be in that folder, which would be wherever you put it. Stream Companion requirements, Whisper bin, release, and then you would want to find the whisper-cli.exe, not whisper.exe, but the whisper-cli.exe. Same thing for the model. You should have a whisper.cpp folder, models, and then I am currently using the small model. That is what should be included. Then same for Piper. You would locate, browse to your piper.exe, run that. And then this is a different name. I'm using US Elbrits R medium. In the folder, what you should have, if I'm correct, it should be Danny. Could be wrong. Danny. So you'll want to make sure you select the low.onnx, not the .json. .json is how it knows what it's doing. This is the actual module you will be using. So once that is done, you can click run or start server, I should say, and it will use a default personality. The current one that you have default assistant, roleplay, professional, or technical assistant. You can make one of your own. I have Griba and Valerie. But how you would make one is you would click new, and you get this little thing. I'm sorry, I'm still working on making it look better, pretty, as it were. You just type in the ID, which is just basically the same thing as your name. This little brief description, if you want it, don't need one. You can give it its own special color. And then system prompt. In the system prompt, you can give it any personality you want. So like this one, you can see system prompt, you are Griba, female goblin personality that hides in Kyle's Twitch stream. Give it some voice rules, some basic things. Lazy, flirty, snarky, mischievous. There's all kinds of ways to make them per, say, your model. And then bot names, give it its own names. It's going to have these as default just because I was too lazy. But give it one line per word. This is for the observe function only. Don't really need it if you're not going to use it. It's for to observe Twitch chat, high interest words, same thing. But as you can see here, have this. So we'll just go ahead and click on the start server function because you don't need to have any Twitch things going. We have the cognition loop. All these are here enabled. They don't got to stay enabled. You can disable them if you don't want it to think in the background and do stuff and only have it act when you talk to it or somebody messages it. So all these are optional. This is just to make it seem alive. Now, second, you can make your Twitch listener run. You open that up if you want to. This is if you're streaming with Twitch. If you don't want to stream with Twitch, you don't got to worry about this. There's all kinds of little things it can do. Finally, Since this is going, we can go back here. We will want to go to, oops, open this back up. And you want to open up the client. The client is what should be on your main computer. Come over here, and this is what you should see. You're going to want to go to options. You're going to want to point to the server URL. This is my local IPv4 on my system. So if I go over here and I say open command prompt, type in ipconfig, it tells me my link local address in IPv4 default gateway. Put that in the actual thing over here, 192.168.50.47. Boom. For your sound, you're going to want to make sure you pick the correct input device. Mine is my analog Focusrite. And then I'm going to want to pick my output, which would be right now, my speakers. Now for my input, I did this. You see there's a sample rate and a channels. Simple enough. You're going to want to change system sounds. Move this over here. I'm on a separate window. Go to your recording devices. Find the one you're recording with. Click properties. Go to advanced. This is going to tell you you've got two channels, 4,800 hertz. 48,000 hertz. My bad. I would recommend unchecking allow exclusive application access because that way you don't get your microphone locked into one or the other. But once you have that, just put two channels, 48,000 is the sample rate. Boom. And that should be fine. Click apply and save. If you're unsure if you are connected, you can click the test server button. Then over here, connect it to server so it sees that it's running. Everything's fine. And then all you got to do is press start. The current push to talk key would be caps. Mine is the tilde key because I use my caps for other things. And then we can just go, hey, Gribba, I'm currently working on that tutorial video that we talked about before. Can you say hi to the viewers? It's going to send the server. We're going to go over here, and you'll see this pop up. Whisper CPP model. It transcribed our voice to text. Going to take it a second to think. You might see black screens pop up because it is working command line in the background. Just kind of how it works. Because the Piper and Whisper open up a command line interface, is what they're originally meant for, transcribes, creates voice to text, and then sends it on back. So what it's doing right now is it's sent the transcript to Ollama. Ollama is currently generating a message. The first message will always take a little bit longer than everything else, just because it's getting everything loaded in the memory, setting up the whole 9 yards, and depending on your model, mine is a 12 billion instruct, as you can see here, the Mistral Nemo model. It's a bit bigger at the limit of my graphics card, but it makes it smarter. There we go. So detected emotion, affectionate. So it's going to determine the voice emotion over here. Ollama response. Here we go. And so you can see the reply being built. This is a model hallucination. That's on me.
Ribs, hey there, new faces. Kyle here's making me a star, ain't it, Kyle?
So that Gribs here, like this part, that's because I was messing around with some memory stuff, and it's the personality and memory. It's kind of got some not so great habits built in over the course, so I got to clear out the memory and fix stuff. But otherwise, you can do jump to memories folder, and you can edit everything, delete it, bring it back, whatever. So like these, you can see the different observations it had for its cognition. Then we have personalities, which you can edit directly through the software or through here for different memory things. You can see the observe interest words. You can adjust those here per model personality. And if you just want to build personalities out in JSON, you can do that. But see, we have memories here, and then each memory separated by the ID and the name. And we say it's all gets sent to user. So this first part is us as a user sending it to them, and then the AI responds. You see the /n, which is the break, and then the AI. And so that's what we don't see. Any Ollama model you want works. I recommend any type of instruct model. You want to make sure that it's meant for general chatbot, like our general chatting or talking, and then have it set to an instruct, INST variants. But with that being said, INSTs will follow your personality instructions better than anything else. If you can keep these small, great. It keeps token use low. However, you can adjust the context here and you can kind of figure everything out. But that's pretty much it. It's very simple. You only need to fill out the Twitch listener functions if you are using this in tandem with Twitch. Otherwise, you can just talk to it as you want on your stream. You can talk to it at home and just do stuff with it. It does have weather, time, tools, all that stuff should be on the site for little features. And I believe that is about it. Very simple to set up. I will actually go over in another video how I have it set up, and then a couple brief clips of it functioning with some of the Twitch functions. There's a lot of functions. It's hard for me to catch them all, especially because I'm still like a small streamer. But I feel like this would be something nice for smaller streamers to have to interact with and such like that, barring if they have another device. Why do I say another device to run this on? Because if you're trying to game and you run with this just for uh, the shiggles, if we go to, say, Task Manager and Resource Monitor, the graphics card, doesn't matter how much you have, it will use, no matter what model, as much VRAM as it can grab, and it will bog down your system entirely. And it will cause games to lock up, freeze, stutter, crash, all depending on how intense the game is. Because Ollama models, they don't like CPU, they don't care about your main RAM. Your RAM can be used as an overflow. It's mostly going to be the graphics card. So I generally go 1B model for 1 GB of RAM. I'm using a 12B model, and I have 12 GB of RAM, and I have it quantized with the Q4KM. You can find that in any Ollama system. So for the boom, that, let me just go to models. And let's pick, I believe I say Gemini, or Gemma, sorry. Gemma is the free version of Gemini. You go to models, click view all, and you will see here that there are different ones: 2B, 7B, 2B, 2B instruct, Q2K. The sweet spot is Q4KM. So you always want to find a Q4KM where possible. So this one is a 2 billion model. So a 2 GB graphics card could run this comfortably with a Q4KM. So it's quantized at 4 depth and width. So basically how deep it goes and how long it thinks. And it's only 1.6 gigabytes. So this will generally determine what kind of graphics card you need. The bigger the model, the smarter it'll be. The smaller the model, a little bit more goldfish brained it'll be. But you can pick and choose and play with yours. Like I said, I prefer Mistral Nemo Instruct. If you don't like what models you can find on Ollama, there is also Hugging Face, which they have their own models. And these are all like community things, and that's a little bit different, but that's a lot more to get into than we need to right now. But with that said, I appreciate you, whether you're thinking about purchasing the software or you're going to purchase the software. Um, it helps out a lot. I appreciate it all the same. And I wish you all success and happiness in your life and streaming endeavors. So thanks for hanging around and watching. Ooh, bye.